Hi there, welcome to today's video. Today I would like to discuss a stress reduction technique and also practice with you. This is a technique that I like to use regularly and I also share with a lot of my clients and students. So this technique is called expressive writing, and it is what it pretty much sounds like. It's writing down your expressions, your feelings. It's sort of like journaling, but not exactly. This technique has been heavily researched by social psychologist James Pennebaker, and what he's found is that people who practice this technique regularly have increased mental health, also increased physical health, and also better sleep habits, along with a whole host of other benefits. How often do you check in with yourself and see how you're feeling? If you're like most people, probably not too much. So most of us, because we're so bombarded by notifications all day, we're plugged into our smartphones, internet, we're always go, go, go. We don't take that time to sit down and check in and see how we're feeling. A lot of people, they feel stressed regularly, but they don't exactly know why they're so stressed out. Part of that reason could be because they've been carrying around these unresolved feelings and have not processed them, and over time it's a lot to bear. So what expressive writing does is it makes us become more aware of how we're feeling. We're tapped in and centered. It puts us in the present moment with those feelings. It also helps us gain awareness. And we know that in order to make any significant changes in our life, it's first and foremost very important to gain that self-awareness. What expressive writing also does is it helps put what's going on in our life into more context, and it's sort of a narrative. And we can also look at what's going on in our life from maybe a more objective way. So it gives us these different perspectives as well, instead of just ruminating and playing over and over and over again in our minds, which we know is not very helpful. All right, so let's get to it. How do you actually practice expressive writing? It's pretty simple. The first thing you want to do is get some sort of writing utensil and a notebook. If you're a person that prefers technology, there's tons of apps that you can find. You can find a lot too that are secured and locked, so you don't have to worry about finding your deepest, darkest secrets or whatever you want to talk about, or should I say write about. And you're going to set a timer for a certain amount of time that you want to be writing. So James Pennebaker, his research was with people writing for 20 minutes consistently. However, that can seem like a lot for most people. Even if you have 3 minutes, that's going to be plenty of time. I recommend, if you're new to this practice, to start off small and then gradually increase the time. And then the next thing you're going to do after you've decided what you're going to write on and how much time you're going to write for is you want to just start writing. So you're going to write continuously, and you're not going to worry about spelling, you're not going to worry about grammar, you're not going to worry about punctuation. Don't worry about how it sounds. It's just really whatever comes to your mind, and you're only writing for yourself, okay? Don't think about writing a paper. So everyone's expressive writing is going to look very different. If you're a person that likes to express themselves more with pictures, go ahead and do that. So some people are more visual, some people like writing, whatever is best for you. The key is you want to try and write or draw for that whole entire time. For some people, some people might be stuck and have no idea what they want to write. So what I recommend is maybe starting off with a to-do list, or you can try the prompt, in this moment I feel ... and then just start writing. And then after you're done, the timer goes off, and you can put away your journal and get ready for whatever you have to do that day. You can practice this in the morning, you can practice this at night, really any time that works best for you. I suggest incorporating it into some sort of morning or nighttime routine, just so it becomes something that's done on a regular basis. And when you're done, if you're practicing in some sort of journal or on a piece of paper and you're worried that someone's going to read it, please go ahead and tear it up. This isn't necessarily something that you're meant to log, although you definitely can do that if you'd like. It's more so meant to be a stream of consciousness, getting out all of that clutter that's on your mind, so then you have free space in your mind and you can tackle the day and process information a lot easier. Something I want to point out about this technique is that persistence is really key. So likely you will have some relief the first time you practice, but really the more consistent you are, the more improvements you'll see in your mental health. Look at this as kind of a check-in and maintenance to help with managing your stress over time. Most people, after they practice this, feel a lot better. They feel like the weight has been lifted off their shoulders. However, for some people, specifically those who have a lot of things that they're carrying around that you might not have dealt with, you might feel a bit worse after. I want to just say that disclaimer, but those feelings usually won't persist. They usually go away after about an hour. And again, the reason why persistence is key, consistency with this technique, is the more you practice, the more you can kind of separate yourself from your thoughts and recognizing you are not your thoughts. You're being an outside observer for those thoughts. All right, so how about we actually take a few minutes and practice this technique? And I'm going to practice this right here with you. Let's just start off very small. We'll do about 3 minutes, and I'm going to get out a blank sheet of paper. If you like to have some relaxing music in the background, go for it. I like to have silence just because that works best for me. I'm going to set the timer for about 3 minutes, and when I say write, go ahead, write, and then I'll let you know when we're all done, and then we'll check in and see how we're feeling after. All right, so on your marks, get set, write. is 3 minutes. So that time went by really quickly. For me at least. I filled up a whole couple pages, and I'm actually going to tear mine up. I want to make sure no one reads this. So let's check in. How do you feel right now after you wrote or drew for a solid 3 minutes? Go ahead and write in the comments below. You don't have to write what you wrote. That's totally private. It's up to you. But yeah, I'm just interested to see how you feel. Did you feel better? Do you feel worse? So hopefully this is a technique that you found helpful and that you can start incorporating into your day. Thank you so much for spending this time in this space with me. And if there are certain things that you'd like me to talk about in this channel, please write that in the comments below, and I'm definitely open to